Hassan, I can't stand the sound of his voice. No, because I had like such poop blindness that I didn't see anything going to the toilet.
But will you say right here, right now, that if you ever have a falling out with the show, that you will not become a snarker? All right.
I know.
How do you guys wipe? From back to front or front to back?
How do you? Oh my God.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to H3Y. Today I'm with the H3 Galaxy. Obviously, these aren't all the members of the H3 Galaxy, but these are some of the people I consider the most important and influential members of the community. So let's start with introductions. Girl with a microphone, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Kate, aka Girl with a Microphone, and I do the unofficial H3 after party on YouTube. And I'm now getting into a little gaming as well. So yeah, that's what I'm up to.
Very cool. Thank you very much. HaleysComment.
Hello. Yes. Hi, I am Haley, and my channel's name is HaleysComment, and I make little outer space green screen animations, I guess, if you want to call them. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I know that I'm having a really good time. So come on over and check out the latest episode, which is Camp H3.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Haley. Also, Haley made this lovely set you see before you here today. So Haley's very, very cool with handling graphics for the H3 Galaxy. She's the best. What a fantastic
Beautiful.
Thanks, Alex.
And that's been not news. We have Capn Quazar. Capn Quazar, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, I'm Capn Quazar. I do the unofficial H3 waiting room every Monday, Wednesday, Friday before the H3 show. Yeah, I'm trying to do other streams, other stuff. Almost at 1,000 subscribers. Help me out.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's get into these icebreaker questions. Who has a good ghost story? I want to hear, does anyone here have a good ghost story?
I don't even know where to start. Where do I even begin?
You have that many?
Yeah. I love ghosts. That's why I invite them into my life. That's why I have so many.
What's the craziest? What's the craziest, most paranormal like story you have?
Well, there's one that like scared me the most, which was uninvited. Okay, so I was at my friend's house in Florida, and it's not a super old house, but you know, I wouldn't really feel anything in the house. I didn't feel like it was haunted or nothing. And so I don't know, I just went to bed, and then in the middle of the night I woke up to go to the bathroom. I came back to lay down, and I laid back down, and like the moment that I laid back down, I heard like a man like literally shout over my shoulder. Like I thought somebody was in the room for real. And so I just like froze, and like it was like a trundle bed. I was staying in her guest room like a child, and I was like going like this and like staring at the wall, like just like wide eyed, just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, I'm gonna die right here. And then it took like 30 seconds. I didn't hear anything. And I kind of look over and like nothing's there. And I'm like, am I insane? I don't think so. Like I'm fully awake. But it was so clear. I don't know what it said, but like the tone was so clear. It sounded like a man shouting over my shoulder. It was so weird.
Oh my God.
Anywho, I hope that never happens again.
Out of how many ghost encounters have you had then, would you say?
Or like I can like hear or see things.
Yeah.
I would say at least 10.
Oh, that's a lot.
I'm a very spiritual person. And so like now I've kind of voiced to the universe, I'm like, stop showing me things. I don't want to see it.
Do they happen in like
I
the
don't
same places, or do they happen kind of
no,
all different
no,
places?
they happen in all different places. But there was one, I worked in this salon, and in the salon, like the building was built in like the 1850s. Okay, like super, super old, looks old. And so I was there for my 6 a.m. shift. And I was like, the first thing that you have to do is walk down this like long dark hallway to turn on the light, which is like the worst thing. So I'm walking all the way down, and then you have to go like get the dishes because we served lunch at that spot. And so I'm just like doing the dishes, and someone else is supposed to come in at 6:30. It's like 6:15 or so. And I hear, hey, and I thought it was this girl Taylor that was supposed to be there that day. And so I was like, hey. And then I didn't hear anything, and like no other lights came on, and I was like, I started to feel kind of like weird. And I was like, hello? And I looked around like in the hallway, and then I like closed the sliding door and locked it, and I called Taylor. I was like, Taylor, are you here yet? She's like, no. I'm like, okay. And she goes, do we have to sage again? I'm like, I don't want to work here anymore.
You gotta put salt in
anyway,
every
that
doorway.
was the second scariest.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never actually tried that. Isn't that just like in Hocus Pocus, or is that for real?
That was from Supernatural. Just being goofy.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that movie actually.
It's a show. It's a big series, 15 seasons. One of my favorite shows of all time.
Oh.
You should check it out.
Never seen it. I was a little bit sheltered. Just a little bit.
Honestly,
bit.
same. Yeah, just a little bit here too.
I
Anyone
have
else?
I have like one long kind of over the course of probably a few years, 2 events that happened that are connected, that are pretty spooky. See, I have more alien stories than ghost stories, and this is like it in my childhood home. I only have a few things that happened that were really weird, and the oddest part is it was a new build, so that means no one lived in it before. So it was just completely odd.
With the land.
Yeah, it was. Who knows? It was a burial ground. I don't know, but
Exactly.
one night I was having a dream, and sleeping, having a dream. I was a kid running around in my dream, and when you have those dreams where you fall, and when you fall, it feels like you like snap awake. It felt like you fall into bed.
Yeah.
That happened, but in the moment where that happens, I open my eyes and I'm looking at my closet door. So I'm like hovering above my bed, like fully. I don't know if I stood up or what, but it feels like I'm hovering, and I fall back into my bed. And as I land back into my bed, I pop up and sit up and like look towards my door, like my bed's against the wall, so I face open to my room. And as I face to my room, I see the silhouette of a young girl wearing a white dress, and she, as I kind of lock onto her, it just goes into the ground and disappears. And then nothing. I kind of just went, okay, I'm going back to bed. And I just rolled back up. I was like, okay, nothing I can do. Really.
Yeah, nothing you can do.
But then I kind of forgot about it. I had sleep paralysis one time, but I literally the same kind of thing happened where nothing. I didn't see anything, no Hat Man or anything crazy. So I just kind of looked around and went, okay, I guess I should just go back to sleep, because I had heard about sleep paralysis before. But then years later, after all of this had happened, I'm just hanging out in the living room. My dad's in the kitchen making some dinner, and my sister walks in. And as my sister walks in, my dad looks over his shoulder and goes, "Did you just go into the laundry room?" And she goes, "No." And he goes, "Oh, I thought I just saw a white skirt walk into the laundry room." And I was like, "Wait, what did you just say?" And she was like,
Oh God.
"No, I didn't go to the laundry room." And he was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I just saw it in my peripheral." And my sister was wearing jeans. And I was just like, okay, it definitely wasn't anything that he saw. He didn't see any of us. And we go and check the laundry room that's connected to the garage. And as we look, the garage door is unlocked. And I was like, oh no. And I will say, my mom was at work, so that could be why it was unlocked. Maybe it was unlocked the whole day. But all of those things together was just a very spooky experience. But those are my only ghost-related stories.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll stick with you. That's quite the ghost story, Capn. Thanks for sharing. Kate, do you have any paranormal experiences?
I have one, but I feel like mine is a bummer because the ghost was related to me. Is it bad to share it?
It might be even better. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So no one needs to feel bad. My dad passed away when I was in college. Okay. And it was very sudden. And I was actually overseas when it happened. And so the night I found out, before I flew home, I was just so grieving, obviously. And I was like, please haunt me, Dad. I was like, please haunt me. I want to see you. Don't go away. Just stay and haunt me forever. Right? Bad fucking idea.
You are so brave.
I was just insane. I was insane with grief. Right. And so I had a series of very, very vivid dreams about him. That night I was in my childhood home, and I was looking out onto the porch, and he was at the screen door but couldn't come inside, and was like, it's okay. So there was that one. And then when I got home and was in my actual house and in my childhood bed, I had another dream where I was sleeping, and my dad came in through the garage door and yelled my name, and then slammed the garage door shut, and that woke me up. And then I was like, you can go away now. just like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, you're like, you've taken it too far.
Yeah, I was like, if that's what it is, I don't want it.
Yeah.
If that's what it is, I don't want it. Love you, Dad. Rest in peace. Like, have a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, way too much. I was like, I can't do it.
You're like, did I
can't
say
do
haunt? I mean,
I meant just go la 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 into the light. Have a great time. Yeah.
visit.
So
Just visit with me.
yeah. So I don't know if it was just my brain, obviously, but I mean, it felt so real. And like the door that he came through is like, it was like the garage is attached to like my bedroom area. And like when he slammed it, I could feel like the house shake.
Whoa.
So it felt very, very real and woke me up. So no, thank you, Papa. No, thank you.
Hasn't
Yeah, that's my
visited,
story.
hasn't visited since?
No, I mean, I think I had a couple more dreams, but they were not like that. They were not like he was in the between space. That's what it felt like, right? Like the first one, it was like he was trying to get in the house, and then the second one, he got into the house and shut the door, and then I was like, bye. I don't want it. So yeah, that's it. Those are my ghost stories.
Sounds like he respected your wishes and kind of keeping his distance from afar now. So that's cool.
Yeah, good guy like that.
So
He's
I'm
like,
assuming.
"Make up your mind."
Yeah, right. He's like,
"Fine."
ah, damn.
Okay, so I'm assuming all three of you have heard my ghost story that I always share on the show before. But since Kate, you shared a very vulnerable story, I think I want to share one too. I've not shared this story ever. So my mom passed away in October of last year, and a few days afterwards, I'm trying not to get choked up because it's very emotional. My brother, he's not very like, he doesn't express his feelings like at all, or doesn't really talk to me. We don't have the best relationship. But a few days after my mom's passing, she walked into my room. Oh, my brother walked into my room, and he said, "Alex, I just had a dream about Mom, and it felt like 100% real." And he said, "You're gonna have a dream about her tonight," and I fucking did.
Whoa!
It was incredible. Like it felt like she was
That
really
is so
there.
cool.
Yeah.
Isn't it nice? It's nice when, I mean, looking back, I'm glad I had those because my siblings didn't. And I think in my mind, I rationalized it as like, I wasn't home when it happened. Like, again, I was like I was in France. And so I rationalized it as like, oh, he was like with me because I was away. Right. But yeah, freaky at the time, but looking back, I'm grateful that I had it for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Also, I'm sorry about your mom.
Oh, thank you so much.
Dying parents is the worst.
It really is.
Terrible club for us to be in.
But for me, it wasn't sudden. My mom had been sick for a long time, so we kind of had like the preparation mentally.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, you and I together I was gonna say, you and I together
Thank
just
you for
killed
sharing
the
that.
vibe.
let's move on to something a little different here.
Wait, no, I had a question about that. Like, not
Yeah,
to
go
like
for it.
dive
No,
too
go.
deep into
Yeah,
the
please,
emotion,
please.
but like, did she tell him that?
No, my
tell
brother.
you?
No, I'm not sure what the conversation between my brother and my mom was, but my brother, for whatever reason, felt really confident that I was gonna dream about her that night.
Whoa, maybe it's just like a
Maybe she
feeling.
told him
Like
that.
Yeah, maybe it's
that's
possible.
cool.
But
It's like Muppet Christmas Carol when they're like, "You will be visited."
but when I was talking to my mom, I told her to visit the others more because I know that. Sorry, I'm getting emotional, but they definitely needed.
Alex.
I told her to visit the others more because they need the help more than I do.
Yeah. You're such a good brother.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Don't be
At the
sorry.
start of the interview.
This is my fault. This is my fault.
sorry.
See, I told you. I said it was gonna be a bad
Damn it,
idea.
Kate, what have you done?
All right.
I know.
How do you guys wipe?
it's
From back to
good to
front
get
or front to back?
How do you? Oh my God! Fucking hell! Great segue, Alex.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I've actually thought if you ever asked me this question, how I'd respond, because I'm like, there's like a whole like thing that happens. I'm like, where do I even start?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you know, there is a way.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So like, are you actually asking? Because I'm ready to
Oh,
answer.
1 billion% serious.
Okay, so it happens twice.
Okay.
Down and then it's gone, and then another one if it needs to happen through the back. But it's always this way.
Well, yeah, because
But it's
girlies, we
twice.
gotta go front to back. Like, we
Kate,
don't want.
You'd be surprised.
Yes.
2 people on my show have answered the opposite direction. They say they stop just before the moment of no return.
You just do a quick, like they're just saying they do a quick, like they just.
Oh, interesting.
rather
No, I
than
always go
actually-
all the way, the full
just
swipe. No, I
lean.
go front to back.
No.
Yeah,
I
just
don't
lean.
know.
I do front to back, but I also
Yeah,
have a bidet,
like-
which is like my favorite, and so
Ooh.
that takes care of a lot of
Jealous.
the issues. So nice.
Yeah, the
Which
moment
are-
I get a place
As
to
soon as I start
myself.
making these real big dollars.
Yeah, the moment I get a place to myself and I'm with a partner or by myself, we're getting bidet
Yeah.
big time. I'm not sharing bidet with my family. Disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, and they're not that expensive. So I mean, the one that I got was, I mean, maybe like $20-$30. Like, it was like a cheapo one, but it's still working. So
Wait.
Very nice.
yeah, they're
very nice.
not crazy.
Our bidet's cheap.
They
Okay.
are. They
I
are.
Really
have like a
expensive to
like
do.
$1,000 bidet. I'm like, girl, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah, that's like if it's
Okay, well,
the actual toilet
unit.
that's mechanical. Yeah, but you can just install one and attach it to the water line. It's super easy.
All right, Captain, how do you wipe?
Like I said, pretty simple. I lean to the side. You eat with your right, you wipe with your left. You want to make sure you keep a bit of some difference there. So you lean to one side. I then put my hand down and then do from the gooch toward the back, I suppose.
Okay, yeah.
Front to
Okay.
back.
Yeah, that's front to back.
And then
Front to
and then-
back,
I
but
have a
you're from
question about
behind.
this.
It's
Yeah.
front to back, but you're from behind. Okay,
Yeah,
because there's
so
like a.
I got long
Okay.
arms. It's cool. we
I got short
Well,
arms.
we're all
Yeah.
good.
Let's
Yeah.
just say that you're not normally left-handed and you don't have as much motor control in that hand. Are you able to really get everything if the motor control is not totally there in that hand and it is in this dominant hand that you're eating it with?
Hey, just wash your hands well.
I was gonna say I
well, no, I'm
wipe
asking-
righty.
No, like when you're wiping, are you able to get
It takes practice.
all of it?
for
Because
sure.
like my left hand is a lot weaker than my right.
Mm,
Like I would
mhm.
not feel confident wiping with my hand that does not have as much motor control because I feel like there would be
I suppose
something behind.
I suppose I am an ambidextrous wiper. I could do either or, but
Okay.
it's a trained skill for sure. You have to
Yeah,
work up,
Yeah.
build the dexterity over time.
He's a
Very
well balanced gentleman.
It's like
gotta be.
typing. Gotta practice.
Alrighty, let's move on
Here's
to
to
the next
wiping, friends.
the next
Here's
question.
to wiping.
Cheers to wiping.
Cheers.
Okay, guys, who is your favorite crew member on the H3 podcast?
So hard to pick.
I don't know. Yeah, how do you do that? I feel like when Zach is not there, I notice. So I would say Zach,
Good one.
followed by Dan. I think Dan is
Mhm.
so funny.
Very cool, very cool.
I think Dan has definitely shown out in recent times where he was definitely more of a backseat, but now he's almost like a full co-host a lot of the time, and I do appreciate that. But I would also see I'm always between Zach, and I always like the segments that they do with Love. I feel like Love's just like a good. Love almost works as a character on the show. So, he's definitely on my list too. But
Oh.
I'd say those three are probably what I
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Loves right now he actively edits the VOD while they're filming the live shows, so he's not been participating as much lately. I've noticed.
That's true. I'm like, is Love even there? I noticed that as well. I think my longtime fave has been Dan, but or and we'll say and he's still my favorite. I think right now. I also love AB's jokes, and I think Morgan is gonna just change the show. Like I love her, the way her brain works, the way she can we've already seen her find like weird people to bring into the atmosphere, right? So I'm interested to see what she can do. Obviously Tamara too, but Morgan, for some reason, I'm like, she's got it. There's stuff coming from her. So
She's very talented. I noticed when she read for me for the iceberg, her reading voice just blew everyone's away. It was incredible how she added such a nuance between words. But yeah, she's incredible. Great. But my favorite crew member, I've said this many times.
Yeah, she's super funny too.
Sorry, Haley. For whatever reason we have like a huge delay. So if I ever talk over you, I'm not doing it on purpose. I swear. But my favorite crew member is obviously Olivia. I mentioned it many times on the show. But before Olivia started, I was a big fan of AB. AB was my favorite before Olivia started. Alrighty. Let's move on to the next question. Who would you rather be stuck on a deserted island with? Hassan Piker, iDubbbz, or Jake Doolittle?
Big deep breath, everyone.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like
go ahead, Captain.
I would just say, like, personally, I would find it interesting to get Hassan in that kind of, like, you know, that situation where it's like you'd really be able to ask him, like, come on, man, be real. So socialism, come on.
Yeah, and see how useless he is in like a survival setting. Yeah.
Because the other two, it's like I feel like it wouldn't really be much of an issue. I'd just be like, stay over there, guys. Like I'm kind of working on my own stuff over here. Like you guys can stay over there. But Hassan would at least be interesting to have the conversation with. You know, it's like he can't spout off to other people to the side. He has to like fully engage. So
yeah. I'm gonna say iDubbbz because I think he would talk the least. He's so stoic, you know?
Right.
So I say iDubbbz because I think he would just leave me alone. Like Hassan, I can't stand the sound of his voice. And Jake Doolittle is just such a yapper. He might I don't want the yaps.
He might give you the Jake Doolittle disease if you hang out with him too much, I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I have a super hot take then. Because mine is so easy. It's Jake all the way. You want to know why? Get off me, mosquito. It's very, very, very easy to pick because Hassan, I'd be happy to never hear his voice again. Also, he could beat me up if he wants to. You're out. Then we have iDubbbz who, like, he has no useful thoughts. So, like, if I needed any sort of feedback, he's out. I love a yapper because I too can yap. I can also beat Jake's ass if I needed to. So it's Jake.
That's a very good point. What I was thinking, I don't want Hassan. I definitely don't want Hassan. I hate his voice. Also, he'd be calling himself Superman the whole time. So I can't do that. iDubbbz and Jake Doolittle, it's kind of a toss-up between the two. I would probably choose iDubbbz in that case because I feel like he'd be very submissive to me. As with Jake Doolittle, but I think iDubbbz has a little more gas in the tank to we'd be able to survive a little bit longer. Doolittle would need a few more knee surgeries by the time we got out of there. So yeah, that's my answer.
Oh, and see, I'm a personal trainer / functional fitness person. I can get Jake's knees ready in a week. We could take on the world together.
That's true. Alrighty, next icebreaker question. Who would you rather have dinner with? Rich Lux, Bo Blacks, or Cousin Tim?
Definitely
I think Tim, yeah, Tim for me too. I feel like I know Rich Lux. Like I know who he is. Like I think he is like what you see is what you get, right? And I have gay friends. So like I know what's going on there. But yeah, I think Tim would be so interesting because he seems like such an enigma and I would just want to know what he was gonna say next.
I mean, yeah. I just same, like ditto.
Same.
I just want to know what he'll talk about, and like, I just whenever there's like any, you know, he'll say like a couple like misogynist things here and there. It's just kind of like silly and like funny. I don't take it too serious.
See, I'm in for the debate.
Yeah, I was like, where do we plan this dinner?
I'm in for the debates all the way, but I feel like where Hassan would be able to, like, I'd argue with him a lot. I feel like me and Tim might end up fighting. Like, I feel like we'd get a little too heated. I feel like, you know, two alpha males might get at it, but so I'd probably have dinner with Rich Love, you know. But I don't know now because after your interview with him, and I learned that his last meal is just Jack in the Box.
The dinner would be like 15 minutes long.
Yeah, it would be quick. I mean, I guess like in and out, it's not that bad.
Oh, Rich. That's crazy. He buys like all this expensive stuff and that's his last meal. That's crazy.
His last meal was two Oreo milkshakes. Curly fries and like tater tots. It was like
I remember it exactly. It was 2 tacos.
That's gangster as fuck. He's like, I don't care.
2 Oreo milkshakes and the curly fries. Just a normal.
Oh my
like
God.
average order too.
He's like, I want to eat, I want to barf, and then I want to die. 2 Oreo milkshakes is crazy.
It was like I compare it to like the actual last meals I see people eat. It's like a huge spread.
That's like a
You'll be begging for death.
no shit. That's like a 5th grader left alone to plan his dinner. That is so funny.
I didn't realize at the time. I was distracted on the computer. I didn't realize how crazy that answer was as the last meal. But I justified because he's on like Ozempic and another like food suppressant. So he went like even thinking about the most extravagant meal in his head wasn't that crazy.
I think he just went as dirty as possible. He was like,
Yeah.
what do I want to do if I didn't care? Like if I knew I was gonna die tomorrow, like I knew I was gonna die in the next hour. What it's gonna fuck up my body as much as it wants, but it doesn't matter because I'll be gone.
So for me, I'd love to have dinner with Bo Blacks because I feel like our weirdness would kind of complement each other, and I have incredible stories. Like if Bo Blacks does something insane, dude, it'd be so
That's
good
true.
to share those stories.
We love Bobby here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a Bobby positive chat for sure.
So I've added this to my icebreaker question since it was such a hit last time. What would be your last meal?
Burgers and fries.
What specifically? Like this is your last meal, like, and you'll have like all the time to finish eating this.
Very simple. Just a double cheeseburger with just American cheese, bacon, mustard, ketchup. That's it. A few fries. It's more about the burger. Yeah, not too many toppings. It's about the beef. And Diet Coke, of course.
Would you like to go, Kate?
I can, yeah. It's pretty simple. It's my family's Thanksgiving dinner. It's the best.
What does
Everything's
that
delicious. It's turkey. It's homemade gravy. It's my mom's mashed potatoes, which have like 3 pounds of cream cheese in them. It's insane. Stuffing that I make that has like apples and pecans and sausage in it, and then a little slice of pumpkin pie. Just gravy on everything except the pie, obviously. Yeah.
Oh, these bugs
All
are
right,
getting to
Capn.
me, man.
Let's hear it, Captain.
See, I do one of those ones where they like order a bunch of different stuff from different places. So I do like steak and then like twice baked potato skins, and then an extra large pepperoni pizza, barbecue wings, maybe like a 24 count or something, and then do what they do sometimes where I'm gonna eat it while watching all of King of the Hill and Malcolm in the Middle back to back.
Ooh,
That's a good order.
I love that. They
Someone
let them
did that
do
with-
that? That's
Someone
cool.
did, like, Lord
Wait,
of the
what's the
Rings
drink?
thing.
What's the
Oh,
drink?
Just
Oh, I didn't see
couple
that.
2 liters of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, the drink's very important for this.
Ooh.
I
Oh, I
imagine
didn't.
a
I
couple
didn't do
2
drink.
liters in the in the picture.
You'd be surprised when
Um,
people ask for the last meal, they do forget drinks sometimes.
I wasn't thinking of drinks. I would say apple cider, like real from the orchard, is my favorite. So
That's delicious. I love me some apple
very
cider.
fall vibes. Yeah.
So me, I would have to get 2 deluxe chicken sandwich for some Chick-fil-A, a Chicago deep dish, 2 Philly cheesesteaks filled with onions and mushrooms, 2 liters of Pepsi, the full sugar, and a pumpkin pie. That's what comes to my mind immediately for a last meal.
Oh,
Let's
I'm
go
adding
right
a
now.
cheesesteak to mine.
That's
Yeah, I'm
pretty
adding
good
a
choices.
cheesesteak to mine.
I totally forgot to add dessert. I was gonna say Dutch apple pie.
You got to have a dessert for your last meal.
Nice.
Dang.
Oh, I love a
dessert. I'm
cheesesteak.
like, fuck, where do we start? I don't know how to choose dessert. I think that's impossible. My brain just like short circuited trying to go there.
You
so.
just need like one of the carts.
Don't have an answer.
Yeah, a
dessert
cart.
I know what I want. It's one of those big like Costco boxes of Christmas cookies that has like all the different kinds of cookies. I just want that big fat box of cookies. That's it.
Yum.
Delicious. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So let's move on to some fan questions. On my usual platforms, I ask people to, I give them a heads up. Hey, I'm interviewing these people. please provide me some questions. I did not get that many. I have 2 questions. So I have one from Block Chicken. What is your favorite soundbite? This goes out to everyone.
I think mine is the classic ninja hello. Like that one just does it for me every time.
I'm trying to decide on which Bobby scream I like the most. Maybe 100 subs.
That was a good one.
I have terrible short-term memory, but I am really enjoying the Nate drops lately.
Yeah, those are good.
Those I'm really enjoying those. And then also like the very specific application of "shut up, bitch" when they were talking about Trisha. That's just my favorite forever.
Fantastic moment. You know, I have a theory as to why Zach is so into all the Nate sound drops is because Ian isn't working on the show anymore, so he can't do the Ian sound bites anymore. So Nate's the new Ian pretty much. So I think that's kind of resonating.
He's like, I need a new punching bag.
Yeah, resonating a core part in Zach's brain. Like, dude, I used to love doing this. Let's fucking just torment the shit out of Nate.
He did say it. He said that's how he got the job. He was like, I got it because I was. He's like, that's how I like kept it for so long, was because he was doing it with Ian first, and then it was almost like Ethan completely forgot about that because like they had the whole AI Ian bit. But then when he was talking about it, he was like, "Oh, this is such a good new thing you're doing."
Man,
he has no memory, just like me.
All right, my last set of questions are specifically for Haley. This comes from Unreligion. Unreligion asks Haley,
Hi.
Haley, what is your favorite restaurant in Beautiful World?
Restaurant in Beautiful World? What's
yeah,
that?
she's saying you're very pretty is what she's trying to say. And what is the source of inspiration when you make videos, and how long does it take for you to finish the video?
I think, hello girl, you're so beautiful as well. How long does it take me to finish the video, you said?
Yeah, what is your source of inspiration for making a video, and how long does it take to finish it?
I know this sounds crazy, but I have some like really vivid dreams. And so a lot of the things, like in the last video, there's a scene in Camp H3 where there's like this like blue and purple looking orb like in the sky at the campsite. And I swear to God, I had a dream of that and like recorded it in my phone. So a lot of the time I dream about space. I don't know what that means. But usually like, I mean, it depends on how many scenes there are, but it'll take me around like 3 to 5 weeks. Recently, the videos have been longer. My first few ones have been to like songs specifically in the community, but recently it's been more of like a developing story. So they might take a little longer, but the videos will be longer.
That's cool. I'm very impressed how you're able to change up like the setting for each video, because it's like it's not all in space. Like you're in the mall, you're in like the campgrounds. It's you usually switch it up pretty good, which is cool.
Well, thank you. My imagination just never shuts the fuck up. So I wish it would sometimes. Maybe that I could.
No, it's awesome.
All right, let's jump into the meat and potatoes of this interview. It's kind of similar to actually the icebreaker question, since it's kind of all H3 themed, since we're all H3 members in the community. So I'd like to ask you guys, what's your favorite thing about the show?
I have like kind of a sappy one. I guess my favorite thing about the show is that like sometimes I just get where I'm like so like there's just so much going on and I get really stressed or anxious or something. And it's like the one thing that can pull me back down to earth, I guess you could say. But no pun intended. But yeah, like I found the show on accident, like in a moment of just like one of the worst moments of my life. My cat like stepped on my remote. And same cat that I have now, and it turned on my TV, and I just was like, it was the Post Malone interview. So it was a really long time ago. The show had it was not like new, but newish, and I was like so out of my mind right before then. And then I really love Post Malone. I just saw him at a meet and greet, and I was like super immersed in this interview and thinking, who is this Ethan person? And then I really liked Hila's laugh. Hila's laugh really kept me around. Just something about them too made me feel like calm, but they also made me laugh. And so all these years later, I've not skipped a single day.
Very cool. What a lovely story. Thank you so much, Haley.
I love that.
I think I'd say that it has changed in a lot of ways over time, and the way that they've tried new styles and new formats and things, because I think a lot of shows and different podcasts and different YouTubers, all types of different things, just different forms of media, end up pigeonholing themselves by their format, and they try and like hold true to a style. And when you do that for too long, eventually it can get dry. And so trying to like keep things fresh is really something that definitely keeps me invested in everything that comes out, rather than just individual things here and there.
Is that a subtle diss at my show?
For sure.
Hey, I didn't mean it that way, but if you took it that way, then maybe change something up. Right?
I don't know, man.
We're still starting up. We're still starting up here. Kate, do you have an answer?
Yeah, I love the relationships. Parasocial. I just like I love the relationship between Ethan and Hila, right? Like I've been watching since back at the the H3 production stuff. And just seeing how they've grown, how their family has grown, how the crew has grown and changed, and how they relate to each other, and how they're friends outside of work. Like I just love the community that the show has become, like both on the show and then also with us, right? So I think that is what sustains me through all the different changes. And you see people freaking out, like, oh, we're doing 2 episodes a week or something like that, and it's like, guys, it's our people. Like just settle in, and it's all gonna be okay. Like we've done this before, and the same is true with like the drama and the different beefs and stuff. It's like they're still here. We're all still here. Like we're gonna get through it. And I'm just always confident that there's another golden age coming, because they just keep they're so connected to each other, and I just love what they make.
It's very true. It just takes one moment for the H3 podcast to become like crazy popular and in the zeitgeist again. So who knows what the future has in store. For me personally, and I don't
care about that. Like I don't think it needs to be the most popular thing in the world. Like if you look at what's like the most popular shit right now, it's garbage. Like it's terrible brain rotting stuff. Like being the most popular is not the goal. I mean, to me at least, it shouldn't be. So
right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Same.
So for me personally, I think it might be kind of cheating, but first and foremost, I love the comedy on the show. Like I laugh my ass off pretty much every episode, and it's so impressive how Ethan's kind of a comedy genius. He's able to make like situations that aren't funny at all like super funny. Like for example, his debate with Hassan. Throughout the debate, Ethan kept dropping one-liners that just sent me. So definitely shout out to Ethan and his comedic timing. Very good, very good. All right, let's move on to the next question. Do you have a favorite moment of the show that you can think of? Like, what's the one moment you think of that's, yes, this is my favorite moment?
Gatsby.
The Gatsby? Which part of the Gatsby in particular? Just the whole like Gatsby saga, or is there a moment Ethan was on the Gatsby that you really enjoyed?
I love when he was riding down the hallway and he kept trying to make a 3-point turn, and it took him like 50 turns, and like he just kept giggling like while hitting the wall. And I swear, like I've never laughed that hard in my life. When I have like just a day, I have that video saved and I just go back and look at
Awesome.
What about when Bobby Lee crashed into the wall and knocked the door frame?
Love that.
That's my favorite Gatsby moment.
So good.
Good times, you guys. Good times.
Okay, it's hard for me because I'm just going through different things, and I guess in the current like just what I can think of off the top of my head would probably be when the debate with Steven Crowder when they brought on Sam Cedar. I just think his reaction to the whole thing is so funny, the way Steven Crowder, and then also when I found this out later, I was it blew my mind because he makes fun of him, and what does he say, Velveteen Rabbit? Is that what it is? The Velveteen Rabbit it's an old movie, and Steven Crowder was in that movie. He was in the Velveteen Rabbit.
What the fuck?
And so I was like, is that why he pulled this reference from his own life? It was so weird. I was like, that's such like a
my god.
Something only you would know.
A lovely, happy, beautiful coincidence.
That's fucking weird. I love the running joke of Oliver Tree versus Ethan, and I miss it. They haven't done it in a while. But man, those episodes just have me rolling. They're so much like brothers. And the one where they switch clothes is probably my favorite moment. Because Oliver just like could not stay in character. It was just perfection. Yeah, I think that's like peak H3.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Yes.
So funny. Capn, you mentioned the Steven Crowder interview. Like, I missed that completely. Like, I didn't know about it until like I was watching reaction videos about it like a week later. I'm like, I totally just missed this upload. I don't know what happened. I must have been busy with school or something at the time. But my personal favorite moment was probably the Keemstar FouseyTube collab video. I've rewatched that video quite a number of times, and
that's so good.
And Keemstar treating Fousey with syrup on a plate with a fork is just so like so ridiculous and so silly. Like it just lives in my head rent free. Also, like on the opposite end of the spectrum, I also really enjoyed the moment where Ethan and his mom were on Omegle, and they were looking to make a friend for his mom, and they end up running into this girl whose father passed away, and Ethan gave her a big gift card, which is really cool.
Yay.
So that moment just
so nice.
I always think about that moment too. All right, let's move on to the next question.
The fact they were brave enough to go on there together was insane.
Yeah, right.
Like I would never do that. I mean, with
his mom. Donna had no idea what was gonna happen, so no bravery needed on her end. It was all Ethan.
Yeah, bless her.
So what is something about H3 that you miss the most?
I miss the old H3.
The old Kim K. The new Kim K.
God. Barf.
Barf. Miss? I lack nothing.
I miss the food segments with Sam. I think that I love the show now. I miss I miss that. I wish they would bring back the food segments because everyone has such a good time during them, and she was just such a creative foul witch, as Ethan said. So I miss Sam.
I miss Cam.
Oh, Cam, yeah.
Sam's my birthday twin, same day, same year. Super weird.
Wow.
That's very cool. I agree with you, Kate. Like, I love when they eat on the show, and I just wish like they used to do food challenges and food segments all the time. So I'm like, let's try more food. Like, even if it's just like the whatever new thing at McDonald's, I want to see them eat it.
I know. Like, don't worry about the people with misophonia or whatever. Just give them a trigger warning and turn off chat or whatever.
Yeah,
I feel like
more
that's why
sandwiches
they
and resin.
Yeah.
Dude, get the 6-foot party sub. Like, let's see what it really looks
like. That'd be
resin.
so fun if they did that.
In resin.
All right, let's move on to the next question. What inspired you to start making H3 themed content in the first place?
Mine's actually kind of funny because I was doing streaming for probably 6 or 7 months, just different topics, all different types of stuff. And I've always been a fan of the H3 podcast, but my whole thought process was always, I don't want to talk about these things that I'm necessarily like a big fan of because I don't want to try and be like piggybacking or anything like that. But then there was a joke Ethan made at one point about denims where he said, stop being a Hassan waiting room, come be our waiting room. And I just thought, don't make her the fucking waiting room. So I was like, you know what? I'll just start doing it myself. And that was literally the inception of it, was just off of that.
It's awesome. You know what I've always thought? Like, what if you just started naming it the official waiting room? Like, and see what happens.
I just thought basically what I was, if there's ever even it just pull up on the side or something, I just like see it on a sidebar, I'll just switch it to official just because it made it onto the show once.
Nice. Or maybe just drop the unofficial, just say it's the waiting room, and who and wait for them to say something about it. If they
honestly, that would free up title space because a lot of the times I'm trying to fit that 100 characters.
Yeah, fuck that. That.
In my descriptions, I always say like this channel has no official association with the H3 podcast, which is what I say, just in case anything ever happened.
Listen, Ethan has threatened to sue me already, so I mean it's actually a badge of honor.
Hey, he watched my iceberg video. I registered it with the Library of Congress, so we're gonna have a sue-off if he decides to do anything about it. All right, so what about the rest of you? What inspired you to make H3 themed content?
Yeah, so similar to Capn Quasar, like I had done some streaming before. I was on Instagram. I have like a decent following there, and then I wanted to get into YouTube because I love H3, and I liked the format, and it seemed really fun. So I tried to do that a little bit. I tried to do like a politics show because that's what my audience was on Instagram, but nobody likes to switch platforms. So I was like, okay, fuck that. So I gave up, and then I was just took a long break and was watching lots of H3, and I was like, I have so much to say about this show. And then the real tipping point was Taylor Lorenz. When Taylor Lorenz started like going after H3, I was like, this woman has DM'd me some crazy shit. And I was like, I think that someone else needs to air her out. And so that was kind of like the inflection point of, I was like, I have something to say. It's related to what's going on right now. Let's see what happens if I quickly put a show together. And so that was definitely it. And yeah. What'd you say?
It's a true perfect storm.
It was a true perfect storm. It really was. And I think that's just kind of how it happens, right? You got to be ready for the moment. And I was grateful that I had done all that prep of trying streaming and, learning how to do OBS, learning how to do YouTube and everything, because then I was ready when the moment came. So that's how I got here.
It's so funny how like Ethan's haters sometimes have the opposite effect. Like for example, Taylor Lorenz, talking mad shit is what galvanizes you to be one of the biggest H3 fan channel right now. So, I don't know how they do it, but they often shoot themselves in the foot in that way.
I love it.
All right, Haley, how about yourself? What inspired you to start making H3 themed content?
Well, I've never done streaming, and I don't know if I'd ever do streaming alone. It's kind of scary, nor am I. But believe it or not, I am not that good with technology. I only know how to use like certain things.
Oh, I know
like that I know how to use. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Alex. And so I don't know. I was eating ice cream with my friend like 2.5 years ago. And I just said, like, I feel like I want to make something, but I don't know like what that is. And like, I didn't do this at the time. I didn't know how to do anything like that at the time. I just was like, I just feel like I need to do something. Like I want to make something. I have all these like thoughts and like dreams I've written down, and I just wonder what that means. And so I was like, I need to get like a new laptop. And so I worked at this job that I hated to make the money to save up for a laptop that had enough memory to use this application that I could make the things that I saw in my head, and it worked. So I just I saw the green screen tournaments, and I was just like, I just thought those people were so cool. I was like, I want to do that, but I have no idea how. So I guess I'll just have to learn. And so I just stayed up all night and became obsessed with it, and somehow it became HaleysComment. So here we are.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, your green screen stuff is so impressive. Hopefully, like they do another green screen soon, so we can
Thank
see you
you
participate in that. I think you do really good in that tournament.
That'd be so fun. I'd love that.
Have you had any weird IRL moments for being in the H3 space?
Nothing weird yet, but someone recognized my like Teddy Fresh shirt. This is before I got into this stuff, and I was like out in LA visiting friends, and someone was like, "Oh my God, Teddy Fresh, H3, woo!" And like that was it. That was just like a nice little thing, but no, nothing, nothing IRL as of yet for this stuff.
I ran into in a party. I ran into like a very old school hater of Ethan, and he was all like, "Oh, Ethan hates working out." He was 100% serious. He's one of those guys. Like I stopped watching H3 because he hates people that work out. And I'm like, what are you talking about, my dude? This is like so like it's, first of all, it's so old. It's like such an old talking point, and he obviously doesn't hate working out. So,
did you show him your jogging streams?
I have not. That would be kind of fun.
That would have been the proof. It would have been like, see, I do this, and Ethan loves me.
True. So you guys have not ran into like any haters of the show in person?
Surprisingly not, no.
Really? Interesting. Okay. All right.
Not like, yeah, no one. Literally nobody. Everybody's been so sweet. This is the best community ever.
That's really good to hear. Well, you hardly run into anyone that even knows the show where you're at, right?
Nobody. Literally, not like one person. I don't think. I've never met like a in-person fan where I'm from. I'm the only one.
Dang, pretty rare.
Yeah.
So I've mentioned this on the show before, I think, but before me and my ex broke up, she got super into like the Israel-Palestine rabbit hole and started thinking that Ethan was like a hardcore Zionist. She started sending me videos. I'm like, what? No. I think she was just bitter that I just love H3 so much. Have you ever been upset that you made a piece of content that didn't get the attention of the show?
No, I've never gotten like upset. I don't really do it for that. I just like I have to make these silly things or I'll like explode. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same.
I have to have a
Same
creative
vibe.
outlet or I'll die. And like I don't really care. Like I mean, I love the people who watch my stuff, and like I don't have a lot of followers, and like that's okay. I don't really care. It's just I just like have to create silly things or I'll just explode.
Yeah, same. I that's not why I do it. I don't care. I do it for the peeps, you know, like the other fans. That's how I see it. So
Yeah.
I'd say I get more upset when my other content that isn't H3 related gets like no views, and then I'm like, aw.
Damn.
But nah, I mean, I kind of do the, especially like with the waiting room, it really is like just, it's better than a comment section for me. I like to like actually show the things that I want to talk about. So I just feel like it's easier.
I had someone on the show.
I just wanted to say really quickly, AB right now is on live talking about the card that we all signed. And I guess Lena was like getting really emotional about it. So
cool.
Speaking of people seeing things, just so you guys know, they got it, they love it, they're really excited
fantastic.
About it.
Very good, very good. So yeah, I asked this question because I interviewed someone who was making fan content way before any of us, and she would do like sketch parodies of the show. And she got so bitter that her Ryan Kavanaugh diss track didn't get on the show. She stopped making H3 content like entirely. And I'm like, you know what? That kind of makes sense. Like whenever I make something that I put a lot of effort into, it does kind of sting just a little bit. Just in the back of my head, I'm like, I really hope the show. I feel like it's a natural kind of feeling to have that you want the stuff you make to get attention, right? So I kind of understand where she's coming from with that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm changing my answer, Alex. There is one thing I am sad. Well, I was like, at the time, I like had to go take a drive about it because I didn't know how to react to it. I submitted for The Bachelor, and I was like really sad because I remember that they said a quote that all the other takes were super vanilla, and I was like,
whoa, that's fine.
Oh no. I was so sad. I was like super self-conscious for a long time after that. I felt really
Damn.
I didn't even think about
Haley,
that.
what the fuck are you doing?
Of course, that's gotta bruise
anyway.
your ego. Like if I was a girl and I wanted to sign up to date Jeff and I got rejected because my application wasn't good enough, that would have hurt me for sure.
Yeah. What if you would have signed up to date Trisha? And then like,
you know, it's like you gotta be able to like you got to be able to expect that. And like, I didn't expect to get on at all, but it was like, I just wanted the fear of like, that was the first time I ever taped myself with anything. Like that was the first time I ever turned on this laptop that I bought with that crazy, stupid job was to film that and was like, oh, so
do you have your application?
Like, okay, I don't really know if I want to put my face on it.
You still have your application?
Yeah, I have my video.
Oh, you gotta share
We
that.
gotta see that. I would fucking die to see that video.
Okay, well, I'm gonna think about it while we're on this call if I'm gonna send it during this call.
All right, sounds good.
There's a big motorcycle that just went by, so I'm like, maybe that's my confirmation that I should just put it out into the universe. Fuck it, who cares? I already made a video again about it, so.
All right. I have two more questions before we jump into our story time activities. Next question is, what's the meanest thing someone has said about you because you make H3 content?
It's funny because my comments are like really the only place where I get like a whole lot of like negative feedback, and the comment sections honestly they're never really calling me stupid or anything. They're almost always just telling me like, you don't know enough, you need to do more research, and I find that more funny than anything. But I don't get a whole lot of like too negative. Most of it's hate towards Ethan, if anything, more than towards me.
Yeah. Yeah, none of it to me feels particularly mean, just because I've gotten so much hate for so many years. But I thought the funniest one that I got recently was this girl compared me to this North Korean journalist, not a journalist, but she's like a TV announcer who I guess is just like obsessed with Kim Jong-un and like does his bidding and everything. And so she compared me to that woman, like a newscaster, and she like drew me as that woman. And it was just so strange. I was like, you spent so
Hell
much time
yeah.
doing this. Like, it was so bizarre.
Wait, I want to see it.
How did it
Yeah,
look?
I'll see if I can find it.
That's bizarre. I'm a hater
Like,
making
they
fan
took
art
the
of
time
you.
to draw you.
That's wild.
Yeah, this is like kind of sad, but it's so true. The only hate that I have gotten for making my content has been from my immediate family.
All right.
What?
Yeah, that's it. And that's
What
it.
did they
Everybody else
say?
has been like so nice. They told me that I'm unrealistic, which is I'm like, yes, that is the content that I make.
But
That
like,
is-
why
that
would
is it.
like to
So you're
what-
kind of getting it.
They're probably Hassan fans. Is what
I don't
I
know.
would have to say, Haley. Big Hassan fans in your household.
Yeah, undercover Hassan fans.
unrealistic?
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I just don't have a lot in common with them, and so like if I enjoy something, maybe they like to pick at something that I enjoy, but they can't do that because it hits me like a rubber ball, just bounces right off. You cannot take my
Okay.
silliness cartoons away from me.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you'll show them, Haley. The meanest thing I've received is someone I've had this happen more than one occasion. I've had comments, people saying I look like Bevo, and I'm like, oh man, that cuts deep. I don't know
What?
why, it just does. And because the
You
fucked up thing,
don't.
I can kind of see it. They've said it like to the point where I can kind of see it just a little bit.
I don't see it.
Also, I've got a lot of
don't
Destiny.
see
Like
it.
people say I look like Destiny a lot too, which is bizarre as fuck to me.
I don't even know
I
what
think it's
Destiny
just-
looks like.
Right. That's good.
I don't even know what he looks like. I've never tuned in. I'm not sure. I'm kind of like probably super pathetic for that, but I don't know what Destiny even looks like.
No, that's totally fair. Like he's not been featured on the show very much, so I would totally understand why you don't know what he looks like.
I
All
feel
right.
more pathetic for knowing what he looks like. So
Yeah, but honestly, me too. It's just we're such fucking internet losers, all four of us. Normal people don't know any of this shit. Just saying. All right, here's my last question. So we aren't the first people to make H3 fan content, and we're not going to be the last. But will you say right here, right now, that if you ever have a falling out with the show, that you will not become a snarker?
I'm chasing the views, baby.
You're like, where's the cash?
No, I mean, honestly, I'm always just going to talk about the things that I find relevant. I mean, I find this, like I said, I was always just a big H3 fan, so I just find this the easiest to talk about because it's what I know like the most about. So and I can kind of branch off from there into all of the other interests that I have. But I don't think I would ever even make a snark video. I might make like a goodbye video. Sorry guys, they hate me now. I don't know. But like I don't think it would ever be that deep. So,
Exiled. Goodbye.
yeah, I don't think it would ever get that deep though.
No, I think being a snarker is something you're born with, you know. I don't think it's something, I mean, I think the ability to become a snarker is either in you or it's not, and it's such a dedicated mental illness that I don't think that any of us could
Or a
really
few
be
boxing
one.
matches that you have to lose.
Yeah, like just get some hits to the head, right? So yeah, no, I would never become a snarker. But I mean, I've already like said stuff that I disagree with, right? So it's just a matter of being like a normal, regulated human about it and not being a fucking weirdo chasing the views, like you said. Because that's what it's about, right? It's that desperation to get some kind of reaction that I think will turn someone into a snarker if they feel exiled.
The views are so easy for the snarkers. I made like a fake snark video. It got like 30,000 views.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so insane. People love to hate.
I just dropped the
But
picture in
yeah,
chat.
you cannot infiltrate
Let's
this
take a
brand.
look. Oh, that's the
Oh,
art
yay.
drawing. Let's take a look
Oh
here.
yes.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Isn't that
Beautiful
crazy?
color pink
That is
sweater.
insane.
Oh,
I
It's a
know.
gorgeous sweater.
Hey, that's not that bad. A song
It's
I
called.
was
pretty.
like dying laughing. I was dying laughing when I saw it.
Is that like
That's-
supposed to be like offensive or something?
It's actually
to
kind
you?
Yeah, I'm supposed. Apparently, I'm supposed to be. I'm like this lady to Ethan.
Yeah.
Besides the shading,
Definition.
it's not that bad of a photo. And they
Yeah,
got
the
Aw, she's
shading's
so cute.
terrible.
yeah, the shading's bad.
I know. I
But
was like, oh my god, she's cute.
the clothing's
It
really
just
nice.
it's
But you
also
know
just a
what?
racist
As
caricature
much
a
as we
little
might not
bit.
like this person's opinions, their drawings are decent. Her
Mhm,
drawing is
Yeah,
pretty
the drawing was
decent. I could never draw like
okay.
that. To be fair.
The shading's terrible
the,
and makes me look
The
not
sentiment was
female.
bullshit.
But... yeah, exactly. But like, wow, that took some
So
time.
fuck you.
So
They got your
Yeah.
microphone in there too. They really care about you.
I know.
That's funny.
So yeah, that's the weirdest thing
Cute.
lately.
You're like, thanks, girl.
Thanks, girly.
All right, let's do some story time. You guys ready for some story times?
Yes.
So I took some time to kind of think of really good ones. I've shared some of these in Captain's chat, but I want to stick with some original stuff here. So let's start with rejection stories. I think everyone can relate to these. So I'll start and then I'll let you guys kick it off
Eerie.
afterwards. So this takes place in 2015. I am either 17 or 18, and I started volunteering at a bunny shelter because there was a really cute girl that I wanted to hang out with, and we would not be able to hang out outside of doing that because her parents were like super restrictive on her. So you know, if ever I wanted to see her, I'd come volunteer at the bunny shelter with her. So this was a time in my life where I didn't understand
That's
the concept. I didn't understand the concept of what friends with benefits were, right? So we would be intimate together before and during the shifts, but she would also tell me about like the guys that she would also be hanging out with. So I'm all like, okay, I gotta lock her down. So my idea to ask her out was to have I've told this a little bit in Captain's chat, but I bought a ring pop, and I thought it's one of my favorite candies. I thought it'd be really cute. And
Alex.
so I asked her out with the ring pop. I asked her, "Hey, would you like to be my girlfriend?" And the look of sadness and like disappointment on her face just struck me like, "Oh, this is not going well." And she completely like rejected the notion. And I don't remember finishing the shift, but all I remember is just walking home for 30 minutes with like a flood of tears on my face. I was so heartbroken from that.
Oh, poor Alex.
Yeah. And I think I volunteered again one more time afterwards just to like finish off my duties, but man, it was awkward as fuck after that for sure. It was so bad.
At least you
Be
have
like,
a
I'm
ring
gonna show
pop
her
to
that I
like.
don't fucking need her.
Yeah, I kept
to the bunny shelter and just be like, I don't need you.
Yeah, I kept the ring pop and it was delicious. It was a good ring
Yeah, I
pop.
was gonna say, did you eat the ring pop? Good.
Yes, absolutely.
Consolation prize.
Mhm, mhm.
Mine's really embarrassing. Okay, so I was dating at the time. This was after my divorce, before my current marriage. And I had never like done dating before. Like I married my college girlfriend, right? So I was just having fun. I was like, yeah, this is great. And I met this girl. We went on one date and we had like this amazing time and this amazing kiss. And then she was like, we like planned a second date. And she was like, well, why don't you just come to my house? Because there was going to be a snowstorm and we'll just like get snowed in together. I was like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. And so then I get there and it's fine. Like we like hang out, we end up hooking up and it was not good.
Damn.
Like it was just like bad. Like it wasn't like it wasn't scary or anything like that, but it was just like it was rushed and it was just not good. So then we go to sleep and we wake up and she's like rushing me out of the house. Like I don't know what was going on. But well, she was like, my parents are coming over, so you have to leave. I'm like, why did you invite me to stay over? Right. So looking back, I feel like there was something else going on. So I was like, God, okay. And so I'm like, I pack up my stuff and like, she basically like shoves me out the door and halfway up her driveway, I get stuck in the snow, like cannot get out of the driveway. And so I'm in my little Honda Fit, like wheels spinning on this like dirt driveway.
Not the
And
hardest.
this bitch had to come out and shovel me out after she had like kicked me out of her house. It was so
That's
bad.
Karma
brutal.
she gets. That's
That
the
is-
karma she gets.
Yeah, it was that's the definitely like the most like rejected I've ever felt. Because she didn't even like say goodbye after she shoveled me out. It was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, needless to say, we never spoke
Yeah,
again after that.
Fuck. Like, what the hell happened in the
Ugh.
bedroom? She must have been. If
I
you felt
don't
disappointed,
know.
she must have felt like extremely upset about whatever
Like
the hell
but
happened.
it really felt like that there was someone coming home. Like the
Oh, okay.
rushing she felt like, yeah. So I don't know if she had a girlfriend or something, but something was going on.
Damn.
Because like it was like a light switch like went off with her. Like all of a sudden she was just like, okay, bye, gotta get out. Like just not connecting with me at all. So yeah, having to like,
Oh,
I don't know if I called her or she just saw me, and I think she just like saw me trying to get out and like came with the shovel, which like nice, but also that was just her again trying to make sure I got out of there sooner, and it was just so awkward. It was so awkward.
And you never saw her or talked to her after that?
Like 6 months later, she asked me to go with her. And we hadn't talked at all. Asked me to go to like there's like a gay town up here called P-Town. It's like a beach community. She like asked me to go because she was like renting a house there, and I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't talked to you in 6 months. So yeah, that was it. That was the only time, and I said no.
Damn.
I was like,
Hazel
you can't even have dinner with me, and now it was just so. She's a very weird person.
Very interesting.
So, yeah.
Very interesting.
mm.
Yep.
Well, I was just gonna say that like so I've been like rejected, but don't really have like rejection stories. I've liked people and then it's like no, like that's happened. But the one thing I think is probably like the best like story that I have of anything was when I was in first grade. Me and this girl liked each other, and we planned to get married. And we were like, we're gonna get married at school. So tomorrow you're gonna come in a tuxedo and I'm gonna come in a white dress. That's what she told me. And I was like,
Oh.
okay, that's what's up. So I went home and I was like, Mom, I need a tuxedo. And she was like, no. She's like, no, we're not doing that. And I explained the situation. I was like, Mom, you gotta listen. I'm getting married tomorrow. It's a big day. I need to be dressed right. And she's like,
My wedding is tomorrow.
Like she didn't even I don't even remember her like shooting me down like you can't get married or like you're too young. She knew we were like kids kind of playing, so she was just kind of like oh, and I think she put me in like a polo shirt or something and nice pants. But I remember going to school and being embarrassed and being like, this isn't a tuxedo. And I think she was wearing like a basic like white dress or whatever, but I was still like, she's in the white dress and I don't have a tuxedo, man. But then I moved like a couple months after that.
She showed up in a white dress. She was ready.
I know. I was.
Did you guys get divorced, or is that still a thing?
Well, I wasn't wearing a tuxedo. We couldn't get married.
Doomed from the start.
Ugh,
Damn.
yeah.
That's hilarious, Capn. All right, Haley. I feel like you got a
Rejection
doozy
stories.
just brewing. Or alternatively, is there a good story where you rejected someone? You look like a heartbreaker to me.
No, I don't put myself out there a lot because dating terrifies me. But there was one this past year that like really got to me, and it took me a minute to get over because I'm like, I'd already taken a couple of clients and taught a class, so I looked like a thumb. Okay. I was like sweaty and I had like a hat on and I just was getting gas. And I had this like kind of like halter workout top on, and this person like came up behind me, and at first I heard their voice and they said, I like your tattoo, because I have a angel tattooed on my back. And so I kind of like turned around, didn't see anyone. And I was like, okay, well, maybe they weren't talking to me. But then I saw like a figure kind of like walk around, like throw something away in a trash can and like walk back. And I figured that was the person. So just in case, I said, thanks. And I like kept pumping my gas. And then like maybe like 30 seconds later, I hear, hey, I'm sorry. And I like turn around and it's like literally, like, to this day, I'm not even kidding you, like the most beautiful person I've ever looked at, like, in my entire life. I was like, are you talking to me? And he was like, yeah, I have a crush on you. And I was like, ew, what? Me? In my head. I didn't say that out loud, thank God. He was like definitely younger than I was, and so I felt kind of self-conscious about that. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I asked him, I said, how old are you? And he was like 4 years younger than me, so like it wasn't that bad. And so we like exchanged numbers and went on a date like the next week, and it went pretty well. And he like kissed me and stuff, and it was nice. It was pretty nice. And then I'm not like a big texter, but like we both have like a love for burgers. I mentioned that earlier. And so I was having like a pretty good burger like a few days later, and I sent him a picture of this burger, and he goes, listen, I don't really have time for social interaction, and I don't want to lead you on. And so like I just want to let you know that like I can't text you anymore. But like we hardly texted. I was like, okay, like you approached me in public, but you don't have time for social interaction. So 6 months later, he asked me out again, and I said yes, naturally. And so he was an hour and a half late. And and so he got a drink and I did not. And we just ended up sitting there talking. And then he's like, we should go to my car. And I'm like, what's going on here? And so then I was like, oh, okay. So like it was just kind of like, I don't know what it was, but maybe I was all like focused on it because I couldn't decipher what they wanted. And I have a hard time doing that. And that's why I don't date the end.
No, they definitely were.
It sounds like you did the right thing. It sounds like you were dealing with the new American Psycho, so slightly handsome.
I think they were in a relationship.
Yeah.
They seem like they were in a relationship. That's what that feels like to me.
Well, he talked about his ex a lot.
Oh,
a lot.
That's a big yikes.
I don't think it was an ex. If they like didn't want to talk to you and couldn't take you home, yeah, I don't think that was an ex situation.
I mean,
I just never trust somebody.
No, but he was like cool and nice, though. He was fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be done after an hour and a half late. I'm very into timeliness. Because like hour and a half late is
crazy.
30 minutes early.
Yeah.
His wife probably wouldn't let him leave.
I was just
you know?
curious. I'm painfully curious because at that point I'm like, well, I'm out. But like,
yeah,
I want to know what you have to say. Curious.
Yeah.
So I just stick around. It'd be nice.
That was pretty exciting. We all have like very, very different stories.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to the next one. Let's go into our cringe stories. So I had to kind of dig deep. Most of the stories blocked from my memory just because it was so fucking bad and uncomfy. So this takes place again in high school. I believe I'm either a sophomore or junior, and I'm taking a U.S. history class. I opted out for the AP US one because fuck that shit. So the topic we were covering was debates. And I forget what specifically the topic was, but let's say it was like vaccines. And so the room was split. Like half the class was pro-vaccine and other half was anti-vax. So the side that I was on, they liked my confidence. They liked how like outspoken I was about the topic. And they're like, Alex, you're going to be our representative. You're going to be debating their side. And so the other side, they picked someone who I really fucking hate. Is this guy that always steals my jokes during class. And so comes the debate day. We're sitting next to each other, and the guy I'm debating, he comes like fully prepared. He has like a stack of notes, and I don't have a single thing. So even with his opening statement, like he already just blew me out of the fucking water. So for the next 30 minutes, I'm just there sitting, and as he fucking destroys me point after point, like I can't even get a word out. That's how good this guy was at debating. So at the end of the debate, I just walked to my desk and put my head down in shame, and like I'm too ashamed to even like face my classmates. Like, and I've blocked most of this out, so like I don't really remember how truly cringe it was. But it was extremely embarrassing for sure.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's my cringe story. So I have not debated, and I will never debate someone ever again.
I have one that was very public. Luckily the public was small. So before my current life, I was an after-school director, and I ran the summer camp. And so every morning I would have to go super early to the Walmart near the school and like get the snacks for the day and stuff like that. But over the weekend, this was like a Monday morning. Over the weekend, I had gotten food poisoning. So there were things happening from the lower end. And so I get into this Walmart. It's like 6 a.m. I'm like the only customer in there, and I am so tired and so exhausted from doing things all weekend. And so I have my cart and I'm going, and all of a sudden I need to go to the bathroom, like emergency need to go. And so I run into the bathroom and I'm in the stall, and I hear an employee yell into the bathroom and say like, "Jay, get out of there." And then in the bathroom, I hear a man's voice. And he's like, "What? What?" And the other person's like, "Get out." Okay. And I was like, oh God, like, is there some like creepy predator coming in the bathroom? Right? So I like wait for the guy to leave, and then I like hurry up and finish. And I'm walking out, and I'm like, why does this women's room have urinals? Like, that was my actual thought. I was
so
like,
many times, bro.
yeah, I was like, why does it have urinals in here? And then I leave, and I can see like probably half of the early morning employees are just like standing outside the bathroom, but like trying to look busy doing other things because they wanted to see the woman who had like gone to take a dump in the men's bathroom. That was really humiliating. And then like I got one aisle away, and I just hear one of the people be like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, oh my God, everyone knew. So yeah, that was definitely very, very embarrassing for me.
What? It was an employees only restroom?
No, but it was all just employees and then me. I was like the only customer, and I'd gone into the men's room, and this guy just went in to take a pee, and someone who had seen me go into the men's room tried to get him out of there. It was, and I thought I was like about to be attacked or like creeped on, but no, I was the creep. So yeah.
You didn't realize it was the men's restroom until after you finished and you saw the urinals.
Yeah.
It didn't hit you when someone was telling Jay to get out of the restroom.
No, because I had like such poop blindness that I didn't see anything going to the toilet. And so I got to the toilet and did my stuff, and then I heard the voice, and I was like, "There's the man in the women's room," and I'm like, "No, girl, you're in the wrong place." So yeah.
Okay,
there's a girl in the man's room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very nice, very nice.
Cringe moments.
I guess I can.
Like, there's like, yeah.
Mine isn't.
Yeah,
too...
go ahead. I'm like, I was scroll.
See, I don't think of my life as too cringy because I was in theater and stuff like that. So life's just a bunch of fun. But one thing that was kind of just like a bit embarrassing, but also just like it was a good moment. But then what I had to do was really embarrassing because when I was in high school, I was part of FBLA, which is Future Business Leaders of America, where you go and you compete on different stuff, public speaking and creating fake advertisements and stuff. You do different competitions. But so I did a few different ones. One of them was like I think a video advertisement that I made, and like a few other things. But I ended up placing for the state competition in one of because basically we had to choose 3 different competitions, and I chose one throwaway competition that I was like, I don't really care about this one. It's a pamphlet. I can throw it together in like a night and just not care about it. That pamphlet placed 4th place and got me to go to nationals for my pamphlet because only 4 people competed in that competition at the state level. So I had to go to nationals and compete against the nation for this like competition piece that I couldn't change because it was already the submission that I submitted. So I had to just go and try and like argue this like really terribly put together pamphlet of like, I don't even remember what the topic was. It was something, I think most of the stuff I picked was about advertising. So it might've been like a advertisement sheet or something, but it was so bad. But I did get a free trip to Texas. I don't remember where it was in Texas.
Wow.
We went to Texas though, and that was fun.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I've always thought that like if there's a competition, like it's so often that there aren't many people like competing in these national competitions. So when I was in college, I would compete all the time, and I would place in a lot of these competitions and get a lot of scholarship money. So a little tip out there for any college students watching.
Nice.
I'm like, I don't even know like how to pick one, honestly. I've had so many cringe moments in my life because I just like, I guess I get easily embarrassed. Well, I used to, not anymore really. I used to. But I think that like probably I got arrested when I was 20, and that was really embarrassing because I had to like, I was supposed to open for a 6 a.m. shift, and I had to like call people in the middle of the night from the jail phone to like let them know that I would not be working and that I would be late. And yeah, so that was like super embarrassing, but yeah, like I was like, how do I call my boss? How do I let her know that someone needs to open the salon? Like I was so adamant on like getting the salon open and like not even taking care of myself. Toxic towards myself. And but yeah, no, that was like super cringe, but now I love like laughing about it and like looking back on it because the mugshot is so funny. It's so funny. I look so angry, and it's just a good time. You know, it ended up being all good things. I met some friends in those like mandatory classes that you had to take.
Cool.
Oh my God.
I ended up getting a full-time salary job out of doing my community service. They ended up hiring me. So it ended up being good.
Cool.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, at the moment I was like, fuck, this is like super cringe, super embarrassing. Like, what am I even doing right now? But it's fine. Everything in life works out, you guys.
Yeah, you really turned it around for yourself. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone. We have one more question. What is your greatest fear? So I'll kick it off. So obviously I feel like most of us have the fear of the infinite void, but here's like a more like kind of a unique one to myself. For whatever reason, whenever I have my like checkup or if I'm preparing for a surgery or something, I fucking hate getting my blood drawn. Like it just scares the shit out of me for some reason. Like I don't know what happens to me.
That's mine, Alex. You
no, it's not.
Me.
No, it's not. You copied me.
Yes, it is.
I wrote it down first.
You can't draw my blood from right here. You have to do it from my hand, or I'll freak the fuck out.
That sucks.
Every time.
But like for whatever reason, like
I had that too.
Yeah, like I know it's like a totally normal procedure. Millions of times it happens a day. But as soon as the needle goes inside of me, like my body thinks, Alex, you're dying. So like I don't know like what happens. Like I get all sweaty. My heart starts racing like crazy. So that's just I get squeamish. Like I just don't fucking like needles like on the best of days.
I had that for years and years. It's like a vasovagal response. The only thing that helped, and I mean, I would cry like anytime I needed to get blood drawn. The only thing that ended up helping, I think it was Prozac. Like, I think it was the anxiety stuff. And then also like making sure I had like I was hydrated, because for me, it was when they would like push around trying to find a vein. That's when I would start wanting to pass out. So yeah, that, and also just telling them up front, being like, sometimes I pass out. Like all of that sort of made it better for me. But I think probably the medications was the best. Like make sure you've had something to eat, make sure you've had something to drink, and then like tell them that you might pass out, and then they'll like let you lay down. So
that happened to me.
There's only one thing that's ever helped me, and I have to share it just in case anybody in the world could ever like get help from this. For 29 years, I'm 31 now. It took me until I was 29 years old to find a fix. There's one phrase that I come back to. Like, you know how like some people, they get too drunk and they have to come back to a phrase and they're like, okay, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. If I can just remember this one phrase, this one bottom line. Whenever I'm at the doctor's office, which I hate, especially getting blood drawn, I have to know their name. Ask them their name, like really make it a connection. The person who's drawing your blood. And while they're doing that in your head, keep repeating, they're helping me, they're helping me, they're helping me, they're helping me. And if you do that, I swear it goes away. Like you just have to say, they're helping me, they're helping me, they're helping me.
Love that.
Every time.
I don't think that'll help in my case, because like unlike the grocery store, I'm like the opposite of Zach. Like Zach likes to talk to the people at the grocery store. I like to talk to like the nurses at the hospital. Like I'm always just chatting up like crazy. But Yeah, I'm very familiar with them as they're getting my blood drawn, because like I think my anxiety makes me want to talk to people more. So I think that happens when I'm at the hospital, but that does not help.
Yeah.
Do it then. That's
Um,
okay.
but Kate, when you were talking about how you sometimes pass out, I think maybe my fears stem from when I was like 8. I got my blood drawn once and I passed out, and as I was unconscious, I just threw up everywhere, and from getting my blood drawn.
No.
But yeah, I think that subconsciously is why I'm scared to get my blood drawn. Maybe, perhaps, probably.
Yeah.
But maybe I do have anxiety, and this has been undiagnosed.
I would say so. I mean, that was a huge help for me, is just getting that under control.
Capn, what is your greatest fear?
So this was hard for me because I don't have a lot of like irrational fears. Like when you were talking about getting your blood drawn, I remember getting my blood drawn when I was like a little kid, and not like it never bothered me. I remember like them telling my parents like, oh, he's very like he's
Stoic.
better than a lot of other kids. Yeah, I was very stoic. But I remember them telling my parents and stuff that like, oh, he is acting a lot like better than a lot of the kids that come in to get their blood drawn. So mine is definitely that more existential, like you were saying, the looking into the void. But mine is I've studied a little bit of philosophy, and I think one thing that I've always like kind of come to that I find interesting is the Descartes phrase, cogito ergo sum, I think therefore I am. And I think that it's interesting because people think of it as like it's the grounding, that if you think, that means that there is something that is real. But what Descartes was really talking about was that the only thing that you can truly know is the momentary experience you're having, like in the present moment. Like we are all sitting talking to each other on this, like we cannot know that anything else is truly happening or has ever happened up to this point, because it could all be like a precognition that is like baked into this current experience. And so my biggest fear is the idea that it's all for naught, because I've like kind of come up with my own like workarounds for like religion and stuff, because I'm kind of like I consider myself somewhat agnostic, but I'm like a perennialist, where I think like there's a lot of truths between different religions. And I've kind of come to the conclusion that regardless of if any religion's true, like you can have the atheistic worldview that the best outcome is to just try and keep humanity going for as long as possible. Like if you could move to different galaxies or whatever to try and keep humanity going for as long as possible, then it doesn't matter what happens after we die, because we're just trying to procure that future. But none of that would matter in like a idea where none of it's real and we're all in like a simulation or something like that. Because like, I don't know, like I've thought about like simulation theory and different stuff where like if we are in a simulation, who's to say I think therefore I am is even true, and that we're not just some NPC AI that is just able to have some sort of cognition. Like it's a possibility when you break it down like philosophically, but that's probably my greatest fear.
Very interesting, Capn. Thank you so much for sharing.
I love these topics. We talk about this all day.
Melina, let's say if there was a simulation, there's got to be a purpose to that simulation then, right?
But exactly, but we don't know if the simulation would then be built for us, because everybody likes the idea of being Neo, where you're the one who's the person to break out, but we could just be a part of the simulation for whoever is the actual Neo.
All right. Well, at least it's connected to something, and that's a little comforting at the very least. Regardless of what's happening.
Regardless of if we are a simulation or not, the I think therefore I am means that something's real. Regardless of if we are an AI NPC. Our thought process is still happening in the moment. That's the only thing. Again, the only thing you can prove is I think therefore I am. So there's something there.
There sure is. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing your greatest fears. Let's move on to our last topic here. Let's see what we looked like in high school. Do you guys have your photos ready?
I am not near my home, so I wasn't able to get high school pictures. But this is freshman year of college. I'll send this. This is as close to high school as it gets. This is a Halloween party.
It might take a second for me to get these.
I love it.
I went as a sorority girl.
Oh, that's sick. You actually you look pretty much exactly the same as you do now, just with different hair. Your hair is so different.
Yeah, I straightened my hair. I poofed it up. It was like the era of Snooki. So yeah.
Yes.
And the big sunglasses. Yeah, it was
Haley's
a fun.
Haley's
The
a
food was
mega
everything.
Jersey Shore fan.
Oh.
Mega Jersey Shore fan.
She's been
I
trying
love
to
my
get
high
me to
school,
watch
my,
the
my
show.
college was full of my college was full of Jersey girls, and this sorority specifically. So yeah,
Very cool, very cool.
I'm familiar with their
What
work.
year did you graduate?
08.
Oh wait, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Peak of Jersey life for sure.
Peak of Jersey life. Yeah.
I completely skipped every Jersey trend. I fucking hated everything about those guys. So I'm all like, at the time, don't get offended, Haley, but like I was just like, I was just not into like that kind of scene or that kind of universe. So, you know, that's why that's why Haley's teaching me the ropes now.
So I have two that I'm going to send through because this is showing me as Charlie Brown on stage in high school, and then I'll show the closer up. We got Snoopy face down, and then here's me. This was after the show was done.
Who is that's
my
not
God.
you? Who's that?
Oh my god.
Dude, the
That
facial
does not look like you at all.
the facial hair does wonders, man. It's like a totally different person.
Yep, that's me.
Jeez.
That's me, all right.
Wow.
Bet you killed
crazy.
it as Charlie Brown.
I did.
All right, I have some ready here. Oh, actually, there's one more I should download. I have 3 I'd like to share, all within like the same kind of time era, and you know, it's all the same selfies pretty much. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, come on, where's the third one?
I do have a selfie of myself doing the shocker as well. Oh my god. Scene
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
Do you want to see my choker, Alex?
Yeah, very
Yes.
scene boy.
Everyone's like,
Scene boy.
Which is funny because like I don't like scene music, but I love the aesthetic.
Hot topic. Like
Yes,
you
very
are
hot topic. Look at all those bracelets.
The bracelets, yeah, I fucking love the bracelets. Oh, I got one more. There we go.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yo.
You know what?
I don't know
I
what
was like, I used to want to go in there. I remember going to the mall and I wanted so bad to go into Hot Topic. And I thought, if I ask my mom, she will not let me. And so I just never asked.
Damn.
You never
And I
went like
wanted
by
to go in there
yourself?
so bad. No, like even like with my friends, I was like, I wonder like if I can go in there. And I don't know why. I just like
What?
never went in.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
not- it-
That's
my
just about where
favorite-
I'm from.
My favorite fucking
yeah,
store,
I
obviously.
love that picture, Alex.
Thank you so much. Have you gone
I
as
bought
an
everything.
I've-
since childhood? Have you visited Hot Topic just for funsies?
Oh my
No,
God.
I've
What?
never gone in, but I went into Spencer's, and
Ooh,
Spencer's
that's even
was
better.
a great time
That's even better.
because
Spencer's is
they
fun.
had all those very hilarious T-shirts, which I liked. Yeah, those,
I feel like
those
Hot
were good,
Topic's
and I
really
liked that.
different now. I feel like Hot Topic is more about like fandom and not as like goth
Yeah.
as it was when I was coming of age.
Absolutely, yeah. I think most stores. Oh, the choker! Look at that, sexy.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow.
Dude, I want that choker. Is there a place I could buy that online?
I'll send you the website if they have it. But,
Fuck yeah, dude! I would look
Alex,
so good with that.
Where was this graphic design masterpiece posted?
Oh, Facebook.
I love it.
It was my profile picture for a while. Graphic design's my passion.
Graphic design
Alex,
is my
I have a very
passion.
serious question for you.
Yeah.
I need to know what hairspray you used because all the
Oh.
oldies are goodies, and I need to know which is it.
Actually, it was a tea tree. It wasn't a spray. I've gone through so many different hair products in my life, but I think at the moment from
What's
these,
the best hair product that helped that hairstyle stay?
it was I got it from Supercuts. It was a tea tree kind of pomade thing that I used, and it smelled.
Nice.
Okay.
It smelled good for like the first hour of wearing it, but then it just fucking smelled like mold for the rest of the day. So I fucking hated using it. But
Weird.
it kept the hair
Yeah,
looking nice
tea
and
tree will do that.
it was pretty soft. But yeah, yeah, that choker
Yeah, I
was
was
really
like, that looks
really
like it
sick,
won't
Cap.
move on a motorcycle ride.
No, it moved a lot. It did not stay still. It looked good because I'm in the restroom, right? I just finished doing my hair. The moment I walked out of the restroom,
Yeah.
it looked completely flat. It was not.
Yeah.
I should have used hairspray, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Did you see Haley's? Did you see your pictures yet?
boy.
Haley.
Not yet. Let's see. Here's prom.
Oh, prom. my gosh, look at this little baby. She said, I'm going to serve over the
there's
shoulder.
prom. And here's graduation day. We were the Buccaneers.
Go Bucks.
Oh, that's literally what they said. Go Bucks.
Aw,
And
very
I would
sweet.
be sitting in the back eating French fries, not cheering. So yes, that was me.
Mine's still
love it.
sending. Let's see. Come on, service.
Beautiful.
But you know what?
Oh, there
I
it is.
have one more to show you how, like, I swear to God, I look pale now, but I get really tan. So here you go. I promise you. Those two pictures were normal skin
Wow.
during the summer.
So tan.
That
Oh my
is very
gosh.
tan.
Like,
Damn,
I
I do
don't
not
even
have the
know
tan
how
gene.
that happens, but that's like a thing, is that I get like really weirdly tan. If I
Tan works
try,
really
but
well,
I have
like-
not been trying, clearly.
Like not many people
Love
can
it.
pull off a tan look. Very cool.
So the Jersey Shore era was really great for me because I loved wearing all black and I loved being tan. And so I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
GTL, baby, let's go.
What does GTL stand for? I don't know if they've explained it on the show yet.
Gym
but-
Tan Laundry.
What was it?
Yeah, Gym Tan
Gym
Laundry.
tan
Gym
laundry.
tan
Gym tan
laundry.
laundry.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, and I was like convinced that I'd marry a guy from Staten Island and that, you know what? Hello, Jeff.
Oh.
It's still
Oh.
Of
possible.
all
Just kidding.
the places, that's
Did-
not the one.
I saw
Please
someone.
don't do that.
Are you sure? Come on, it is though. It is.
That is like Trump Island. It's
The
crazy.
accent.
Someone on the
Yeah.
The
Reddit.
accent though, it does it for me.
Someone on the Reddit was watching old episodes of the Jersey Shore, and they found Jeff Wittick in some of the shots.
That's crazy.
So let's get.
That's
so
hilarious.
I've been
I love
watching
that.
season 1 of Jersey Shore with Haley, so we'll keep an eye out if we see Jeff there. Or not.
Oh, cool.
I love how
Oh.
Capn, you're just standing there stoic with the choker.
I don't want to cut anybody off.
Yeah, I forgot.
No,
about the
it looks like you're just vibing with yourself. So it's cool. All right, that's the end of the interview, everyone. Let's do some last minute plugs. Girl with a microphone, what do you have going on?
Yeah, I've got my weekly streams over on my channel and also doing some gaming streams when I feel like playing games. So come find me at the girl with a microphone.
Very good. Thank you so much. HaleysComment.
Hello. Yeah, I am working on part 2 of Camp H3 because, of course, it literally left with quite a cliffhanger. So I'm going to be working on that while I'm staying up here in the mountains. So that'll be pretty fun. So I hope that'll be out in the next few weeks.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And last but not least, Capn Quazar. What you got going on?
I do the unofficial H3 waiting room every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Come and check it out. It's a lot of fun. I'm trying to do other streams too, all types of topics, all fun stuff.
I live for the waiting rooms. Like, they're so much fun for me. Like, they're my favorite thing to do before the show, for sure.
It's awesome.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, everyone.